is done again, and I wanted to go over with you how to craft a extremely well-developed short answer response, much like what you would see on a part 2 of one of our tests. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about the race writing strategy if you're not familiar with that. The other thing is that you need to have whatever text you're asked to write about in front of you so that you can locate the best pieces of textual evidence. So let's get started. You're going to see that each letter in race is just it's an acronym. It stands for a different step in your short answer constructed response. So you're always going to start off with restating the prompt or the question that you're being asked. Okay, that's going to be your topic sentence. All right, so you just turn it into a statement. You use as many words as you can from the prompt. If they reference a specific piece of literature, I would expect to see minimum the title in that restatement. You could even go a step further and do the author and the title. Okay, that would be a really nice way to start. The A is going to be your answer. You want to make sure that you answer all parts of the question, and depending on how the question's set up, that's going to kind of drive how you answer that. Then I really want to focus on the C and the E. These are really important steps to moving from a 1 to 3 sentence response to a well-constructed paragraph. So you're going to want to cite textual evidence. Remember that textual evidence is any line from the text. It does not have to already be in quotes like dialogue, okay? So when you were looking at a Copilot, for example, any sentence that I feel is going to support my prompt, I can copy that sentence, and it is not plagiarism if I am putting it in quotes and I am introducing that so that we know that these are Twain's words and not my words. So I'm going to use lines from his memoir, A Copilot, in just a moment to show you what I mean and show you how I can support my answer to my question. Anytime that you cite textual evidence or you use a direct quote from something, you do need to get in the habit of explaining it. Your reader might not understand why you're using that piece of textual evidence, okay? Assume that they don't, and so you want to make it crystal clear for your reader why you're pulling that piece of evidence. How does it support your answer? Okay, so go back to the answer. All right, so let's take a look. I made up this topic, okay? I wanted us to look at Bixby, and basically your fake prompt is, Bixby is an important character in a Copilot. Explain why he is significant to Twain's development. Okay, so that's what I've been asked to write. Let's pretend on my fake test. So what would a well-constructed response look like? Here we go. Bixby is an important character in Mark Twain's memoir, A Copilot. Notice I've highlighted it in blue as my topic sentence, and I did mention the author's first and last name and then the title of the work, okay? But I just restated it. Now I'm going to answer why he is significant. He is the captain of the ship, and he demonstrates his desire to help Twain grow from a cub or infant pilot into a mature, level-headed pilot. Okay, so everything that I'm going to talk about after this is going to be supporting that Bixby helps Twain to grow into a mature, level-headed pilot. All right, so I've highlighted that pink. That's my A. All right, so that's my answer. Now the rest of it is going to be a mixture of citing textual evidence and explaining that textual evidence. Early on in his memoir, Twain helps readers to understand that a good pilot, here comes my quotes, must have good and quick judgment and decision and a cool, calm courage that no peril can shake. We see the end quotes, and then I do have my page number in parentheses. Bixby knows this after years of navigating the ever-changing Mississippi River. His own experiences help him to recognize that Twain has not yet matured in his ability to handle any peril with cool, calm thinking, so he seeks to expose Twain to an experience that will teach him these skills. All right, so notice that I'm using kind of a little bit of summary in my explanation. I've used a couple words directly from the quote again to really show the reader that this is coming from that quote I just pulled. He wants to expose them to peril. He wants to make sure that Twain is going to stay cool and calm, but he recognizes that Twain is not there yet. All right, in addition, okay, maybe our reader's still not convinced, so I'm going to go a step further. In addition, Twain states early on before the rising action, here comes my quote, "Therefore, pilots wisely train these cubs by various strategic tricks to look danger in the face a little more calmly." There's my reference to page 11 from this book. This piece of textual evidence is important because, and I would suggest stealing that line, okay? That would be one way that you could start your explanation. This piece of textual evidence reveals or is important because it allows readers to recognize that Bixby is in fact training Twain in order to make him a stronger river boatsman. Okay, so this is coming from that part about how pilots wisely train these cubs, all right? During the rest of the narrative, Twain recounts his growing sense of panic and self-doubt that is a result of Bixby questioning if he is sure or confident in his knowledge. And I could even go in there and kind of clarify that is a result of Bixby questioning if Twain is sure or confident in his knowledge. That would be a little clearer since they're both guys. If readers had any lingering doubt that Bixby was in fact teaching Twain a lesson, the resolution confirms that Bixby and had Twain's best interest at heart. Bixby tells Twain, here comes a third piece of textual evidence. You shouldn't have allowed me or anybody else to shake your confidence in that knowledge. Try to remember that. And another thing, when you get into a dangerous place, don't turn coward. Page number, page 14 and 15. Bixby's own words reveal, okay, once again, I've set up my explanation, okay, nice kind of transition from the quote to the explanation. So his own words reveal that he hopes that Twain's experience has taught him to ward off self-doubt and set a steady course of action. In conclusion, nice transition again, without Bixby, Twain would have missed out on an experience that was critical in helping him to develop into a more courageous, knowledgeable, and mature pilot. Okay, so notice that closing sentence is just wrapping the entire thing up about why Bixby is significant to Twain's development. If we didn't have Bixby, Twain would still be out there thinking he knows, and then he might get into a situation where he doubts again, and it's really Bixby that forces him to confront how he acts in peril, okay? So I hope this helps you just to have a better understanding of what a very well-constructed response looks like, and I'll try to get it all on the screen. I can't quite fit it because of the page break, but it's pretty long. It's a good-sized paragraph, and remember, the way I get that much is to use textual evidence with explanations throughout my response. All right, thanks so much, guys.